Hey there, fellow Americans. Breaking news that you need to hear right now: the government has just approved an $8,000 one-time stimulus payment, and the Social Security Administration has confirmed that millions of people will be receiving this money in their accounts soon. If you're wondering whether you qualify and when you'll get paid, stay with me because I'm about to share all the details you need to know. But before we dive in, if you want to stay updated on all the latest stimulus news and financial benefits that could put money in your pocket, hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you never miss out on information that could literally pay your bills. So here's what we know so far about this massive $8,000 payment. Late last week, after months of debate and negotiation in Washington, lawmakers finally reached an agreement on this unprecedented economic relief package aimed at helping Americans still struggling with inflation and the ongoing economic challenges. The Social Security Administration has been tasked with distributing these funds to eligible recipients, and they've already begun processing the first wave of payments. This isn't just another rumor or clickbait headline, this is happening right now, and you could be one of the millions who will see this money hit your account. But who exactly qualifies for this payment? That's the question on everyone's mind, isn't it? According to the official announcement, the primary focus is on Social Security beneficiaries, including those receiving retirement benefits, disability benefits, SSDI, and supplemental security income, SSI. However, the program extends beyond just these groups. Many middle and lower income Americans who filed taxes in the previous year may also qualify, especially those with dependents. The government has established income thresholds similar to previous stimulus programs, with individuals earning under $75,000 and couples earning under $150,000 receiving the full amount. Have you been struggling to keep up with bills lately? Have you had to make tough choices between necessities like groceries, medications, or utility payments? If so, this stimulus payment could be the financial lifeline you've been waiting for. Unlike previous stimulus payments, which typically ranged from $600 to $1,400, this $8,000 payment represents a significant increase in financial assistance. But why such a large amount this time? Officials have cited the persistent inflation and increased cost of living as key factors in determining the payment size. They argue that smaller payments simply weren't enough to make a meaningful difference in people's lives during these challenging economic times. Now, let's talk about timing. When can you expect to see this money? The SSA has announced a phased rollout beginning next week. Those who have direct deposit information on file with the government will receive their payments first, potentially as early as this coming Monday. Paper checks and debit cards will follow, with most eligible recipients expected to receive their payment within the next 3 to 4 weeks. But what if you don't receive yours during that time frame? Don't panic, the distribution process could take up to 8 weeks to complete for all eligible Americans. If you haven't received your payment after 2 months, however, there will be a dedicated portal on the SSA website where you can check your status and report any issues. You might be wondering, is there anything I need to do to receive this payment? For most people, the answer is no. If you're already in the system as a Social Security recipient or have filed recent tax returns, the government has your information and will automatically process your payment. However, if you haven't filed taxes recently and don't receive Social Security benefits, you might need to submit some basic information through a non-filer's tool that will be available on the SSA website starting this Friday. Have you moved recently or changed banks? If so, you should update your information as soon as possible to prevent any delays in receiving your payment. Let's address another important question: will this money be taxed? According to Treasury Department guidelines released alongside the announcement, this $8,000 payment will be classified as a tax credit rather than taxable income. This means you won't need to pay taxes on this money when filing your returns next year. Isn't that a relief? The government has specifically structured this program to ensure recipients get to keep the full amount to maximize its economic impact. How should you use this money when it arrives? Financial experts are suggesting several smart approaches. First, consider paying down high-interest debt, which can save you significant money in the long run. Second, build or replenish your emergency fund to protect against future financial uncertainties. Third, make necessary repairs or improvements to your home or vehicle that you've been postponing. And finally, if your immediate needs are covered, consider investing a portion for your future. Have you thought about what this money could do for your financial situation? $8,000 could pay off credit card debt, cover several months of rent or mortgage payments, or provide a substantial cushion against future emergencies. Some critics have expressed concerns about the potential inflationary impact of injecting billions of dollars into the economy through these payments. However, economic advisors to the administration have argued that the targeted nature of the program, focusing on those most in need rather than a universal payment, will minimize broader inflationary effects while still providing crucial support to vulnerable households. Do you think this approach makes sense? Or would a different strategy have been more effective? If you're eligible for this payment but share financial responsibilities with family members, you might be wondering how to handle this windfall. Communication is key in these situations. Have an open conversation about priorities and how this money can best serve your household's needs. Remember that $8,000, while substantial, isn't infinite. Creating a simple plan before the money arrives can help ensure it makes the maximum positive impact on your financial situation. For those receiving Social Security benefits, there's an additional piece of good news. The SSA has confirmed that this stimulus payment will not count as income for purposes of determining benefit eligibility or amounts. This means your regular Social Security, SSI, or SNAP benefits won't be reduced because of this payment. Isn't it refreshing when government programs actually work together instead of creating contradictory effects? As we approach the distribution date, be aware that scammers are likely to target people expecting these payments. Remember that legitimate government agencies will never call, text, or email asking for personal information or payment to process your stimulus. Have you received suspicious communications already? Report them immediately to the Federal Trade Commission through their website. Protect yourself by obtaining information only through official government websites ending in .gov. Beyond the immediate relief this $8,000 payment will provide, what does this mean for future economic assistance programs? Political analysts suggest this unprecedented payment size signals a potential shift in how the government approaches economic relief during challenging times. Rather than multiple smaller payments, there appears to be growing support for larger, more impactful one-time distributions. Do you think this approach is more helpful than the previous stimulus strategy? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. For those who have been financially impacted beyond what an $8,000 payment can address, the legislation also includes provisions for expanded unemployment benefits and additional rental assistance programs. These complementary measures are designed to create a more comprehensive safety net for those facing the most severe economic hardships. Details on these additional programs are expected to be released by the Department of Labor and Housing and Urban Development in the coming days. I'll be updating this channel with more specific information as the rollout progresses and as we learn more about any challenges or changes to the distribution timeline. If you found this information helpful, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us continue providing timely, accurate information about programs that could benefit you and your family financially. Also, share this video with friends and family who might qualify for this payment. They'll thank you for looking out for them. Remember, staying informed is your best financial strategy. Whether it's stimulus payments, tax credits, or benefit programs, knowledge about available resources can make a tremendous difference in your financial well-being. I'm committed to bringing you that information as quickly and accurately as possible. Have questions about this stimulus payment or other financial assistance programs? Drop them in the comments, and I'll address them in upcoming videos. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other, and keep an eye on your bank accounts for that $8,000 deposit coming soon.